In today's video, we'll talk about how the eagerly awaited fourth chapter, G.I. Joe Ever Vigilant, which will be released soon, will change everything. In May 2020, Complex revealed that a fourth G.I. Joe movie was in production. Fans of the movie have been anxiously awaiting any information regarding the upcoming movie. Without further ado, let's discuss everything we currently know about G.I. Joe 4. The G.I. Joe franchise has been a cherished component of popular culture ever since it first debuted in the 1960s. The series started out as an action figure line and later expanded into comic books, animated TV series, and motion pictures. The G.I. Joes are a group of expert soldiers tasked with protecting the world from various threats, both domestic and foreign, and they are the center of the franchise. The first three G.I. Joe movies, Snake Eyes, G.I. Joe Retaliation, and The Rise of Cobra, were all commercial successes that collectively grossed over $1 billion worldwide. Despite their popularity, the franchise has received some criticism from fans who believe the films have deviated too much from the original material. There is currently little information available regarding G.I. Joe 4's plot, but it's reasonable to assume that the Joes will fight a new adversary based on what happened in the earlier movies. The Joes battled Cobra, a sinister group led by the evil Destro in the first movie. The Joes were betrayed by their own government in the second film, which forced them to leave while evading a new Cobra threat. The Joes were conspicuously absent from the most recent film, Snake Eyes, which instead concentrated on the backstory of one of the franchise's most well-known characters. It's unclear what the Joes will be facing this time around, given the lack of information on the G.I. Joe 4 plot. Fans of the series will undoubtedly be thrilled to see their favorite actors reprising their roles. It can be said with certainty. No official cast announcements for G.I. Joe 4 have been made as of yet. However, it is anticipated that many of the franchise's most well-known characters will return. There are a number of them, including Duke, Scarlet, Roadblock, and Snake Eyes. It's also possible that the series will introduce brand new characters for the audience to adore. Many series fans anticipate that some of the less well-known characters from the books and animated series will appear in the movie. Who will direct G.I. Joe 4 remains a mystery at this time, but given the success of the earlier movies, it's possible that the franchise will bring back one of the original directors. John M. Chu directed the second movie, while Stephen Sommers was in charge of the first. Robert Schwenke was the director of Snake Eyes. One possibility is that the series will bring on a new director, someone with a fresh perspective and new ideas. Whoever ends up in charge of G.I. Joe 4 needs to have a firm understanding of the franchise and respect for its source material. What can G.I. Joe 4 fans therefore expect from the series? Fans can expect lots of action, pyrotechnics, and epic set pieces based on the previous movies. Fans of the G.I. Joe series will be hoping that the fourth installment lives up to the series' reputation for outrageous action sequences. Fans will be looking for a compelling story and well-rounded characters in addition to the excitement. Many series fans have criticized the earlier movies for their reliance on theatrics and lack of character development. G.I. Joe 4 needs to strike a balance between action and narrative if it wants to win over fans and critics alike. There are a few potential opponents for the Joes in G.I. Joe 4, though it is still unclear. One rumor claims that the movie will include a new enemy group called the Coil. Former Cobra agents who are dissatisfied with Cobra's direction and have decided to go it alone make up the group known as the Coil. The Joes will be facing off against former foes who are now even more dangerous, which might make for an intriguing dynamic in the movie. Another possibility is that the movie will focus on a global threat rather than a domestic one like earlier movies did. International bad guys have a long history in the G.I. Joe series, from the Red Shadows to the October Guard. The addition of a new international antagonist might broaden the horizons of the franchise and present the Joes with some fresh and intriguing challenges. There haven't been any official cast announcements, but there are a few characters that G.I. Joe 4 fans anticipate seeing. Many fans anticipate seeing Lady J among other characters. Lady J is an experienced covert agent who has been with the series since the 1980s. She would be a valuable addition to the team because of a reputation for espionage and disguise prowess. Two other characters that fans anticipate seeing are Tomax and Zammot. Tomax and Zammot, the commanders of the Coil in the comics, are identical siblings. Their telepathic link, which enables them to communicate even when they are not in the same place, has made them famous. As the Joes would be up against a unified foe who is capable of communicating instantly and effectively, the introduction of these characters would create an intriguing dynamic for the film. Some fans are looking for crossovers with G.I. Joe 4 due to the popularity of other movies that share similar themes, such as the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the Fast and Furious series. One widely accepted theory is that the movie will incorporate elements from the Transformers series. The G.I. Joe and Transformers franchises are both produced by Hasbro, and they have a long history together. The addition of the Transformers to the G.I. Joe franchise may help to expand the series and open up some intriguing new opportunities for spectacle and action. The comic book story, Snake Hunt, could be adapted for G.I. Joe 4's main plot. This story features a new antagonist named Serpentor, who kidnaps Cobra Commander and then declares himself to be the new leader of Cobra. The Joes are in a race against time to find Cobra Commander and free him before Serpentor consolidates his power and launches a major attack on the United States. Serpentor, as well as creating a new dynamic for the Cobra organization, are two potential new antagonists that could be introduced by this plot. Another possibility for G.I. Joe 4 is that it will continue the story that was started in the impending Snake Eyes movie. In this movie, the well-known G.I. Joe figure Snake Eyes makes his debut. If the movie is successful, it might establish the character well and start a new G.I. Joe franchise. G.I. Joe 4 would be able to experiment with new characters and stories while still staying true to the original franchise thanks to this. The upcoming G.I. Joe 4 movie has the potential to be an exciting new entry in the franchise. There is a lot to be excited about, including rumors of brand new adversaries, resurfacing characters, and potential series crossovers. The movie might also explore brand new themes and storylines, like the consequences of earlier movies or the Snake Eyes saga. Fans of the series will undoubtedly be excited to see the Joes back in action on the big screen, regardless of the film's path. Unfortunately, G.I. Joe 4's official release date has not yet been determined. It's possible that the movie will be released in 2023 or 2024 though, given that it was allegedly in development as of May 2020. Of course, this is all just speculation, and we won't know for sure until the studio issues a formal statement. Well, that's it for now, folks. We're ending this video, but we'll be back soon with some fresh, engaging content. Subscribe to the channel to receive updates on the newest information about all your favorite TV series and films from us on a regular basis. Don't forget to click the bell icon to never miss an update. Thanks for watching the video. We'll see you in the next one.